Hello guys, welcome back. I feel like I'm slumping. I don't know why. Forgive the back hair, but Loki wants me to play a game with you. I figured out who the god was. I kind of made sure all day. I did research to fact check. I not only figured out who the god from my dreams was, I figured out he was telling me. And I have a horrible feeling that we've had this conversation before and I've just forgot, but you guys know all the memory in that isn't there, one or more strokes. Anyhow, yes, princess. I figured out who he was. And I didn't know who he was at the time I started the temple build today, but Loki wants to play a game with us. I offered him a temple, not knowing it was him, and he agreed. And before you get afraid, it's not one of the Norse gods. And we're building this temple, and it's going really well. And yes, baby, I know, life is so hard. And he mentioned he'd always wanted to live in a castle, which is why he loves this one build that we kept most of all. And so I made him a castle, and I made it very beautiful. And I'm going to describe parts of the castle, and some of you already know, you're cheering. There is a garden on the rooftop with a statue of a man on horseback charging forward holding a spear. And you're all like, yay, finally. And when you come in off the rooftop, there's a jump gate, you know, those warp gates to New Vegas. And in case New Vegas would ever be unfunctional, there is a mini casino in this area. There is a movie theater. There is a place for dancing. There is a place to do arts and crafts because this is very important, and this is one part of this multifaceted one. There is obviously the kitchen and the bedroom that I always put in every build. But the kitchen has a certain sleek kind of, I guess you would say, Vegas style to it, and everybody's like, yes, finally. And then on the first floor, we had actually forgot to put a kitchen in on the first floor. There's everything he could possibly desire. Outside, and I know some of you have seen the same article, so this is going to probably be the tip. There are horse stables, there's a hunting lodge, and there's a carousel. That's probably going to be the tip for you. The carousel thing always stuck with me. It's like, what a strange thing to be accused of. How is that bad? Wow, people didn't used to have fun in the old days. That's a bad thing? So yeah, it's all things that he's been associated with, and at first I thought it was a long-running joke, and it's actually an accusation. So I don't know why carousels are a bad thing, but he's the one blamed for them. So I have no idea why. I'm like, that's the damnedest strange thing to be accused of. How are carousels bad? Carousels are awesome. So, he had this beautiful temple. And I was thinking of the dream, and I was thinking of the dream, and I was thinking the shirts are a tell because there's someone we both enjoy watching that wears shirts like this. I should have known. And kind of dresses like this. I should have known. And he's always been the general, or he appears this other way. And the hair's always been the same color. It's been different lengths, but it's always been the same color for me. And those kindly eyes. Now they've been various color. They've been blue lately, but they've been various colors. Those kindly, gentle eyes. Like, I was saying grandfatherly because of the age he always appears as in the dreams, but he's very clever. And you all know who it is by now. And, he has these gentle, adoring eyes, and he's just this big pile of fluff. And, you go online, you read articles, and people are like, here's how to. And they have these horrible things, and there's this one cat that writes about him, and I just kind of looked at him and I said, I don't care what you do with other people, but he's offending me right now. How dare he talk about my precious little Puff? And you're all like, oh, I remember that name. So, yeah, I found a new article by this guy. Well, not too new. He wrote it in January. And Puff was upset. You all know who it is now. Puff was upset. And I'm like, he's this big pile of puff and fluff, and he's so gentle. He's so kind and sweet. Why would you say these mean things about him? He's gentle. And I said, I realize now he's been with me all my life. And Stolas is the one that spoke up and said, well, no, Pepper spoke up, I'm sorry. He said, he knew how you would feel about him. He knew how you felt until very recently. You would have never worked with him. You would have, you would have drove him away. So of course he lied to you. And he says, don't feel bad. He's always loved you and he's never had a grudge. It's how you were brought up. And I felt bad, and I said, I don't deserve my demons. And Stolas comes running over and goes, it's okay, we forgive you. I'm like, I love my little demon, so you all know who it is. So I guess you don't get to guess, but yeah. Puff Puff, little Snowy, he was all upset about that article. He's like looking away and looking at the floor, and I said, I don't care if those are aspects of you. This is just nasty, because this particular guy describes our little Puffy, our little Asmodeus, and he describes him as, this horrible, ugly monster. And I'm like, what the fuck did you just say? And he's always saying these nasty things. And it's like those people that practice what I would call Hollywood Satanism, where it's blood everywhere and it's all nasty. And the demons are all nasty. And it's all. I'm not saying demons won't knock somebody into the next life if they hurt one of their people, but it's like, it actually offended me personally. I'm like, what did you just say about him? And the more horrific and terrifying he can make him, the better. And I'm like, I don't care if you are working with him and you appear this way as some reason, but Mama said knock you out. I'm gonna punch him if I ever meet him on principle. And as my little doll starts going roll past. He's so cute. Who could call him ugly? He's a little cute. He's a little puffball. He went through the big scary demon phase, and he went through the attached clingy phase. And now it's just the trot around after me phase. And I told him, I said, you know what, man? I said, I'm absolutely giving you license to rip Odin into shreds and to rip him apart at a soul level. You're the judge. Throw him into the darkness and see if he can make his way out. And it's funny, this is practically jumping up and down joy. And Satan's like, I hope you know he'll take you up on that. And I'm like, I really don't care. Let's have an experiment. See if the old man's that smart. I can see him getting thrown into the void and never finding his way out. Serve him right, too. Asmodeus is happy. I said, no, this is your fucking territory now. The old man is never getting back in here, ever. I said, I don't care how fucking sorry or sad or unhappy I look. I said, you are never to let him back in. I said, you can kill him on sight for all I killed. Now, gods can't be killed, but you know what I mean. I said, just go after him. And in case you're wondering why the Red Riding Hood stuff is up, the first thing Fenrir did was go around put wolf scent, metaphorically speaking, all over all the stuff about wolves. So it all has stinky Fenrir wolf scent on it. And Loki was pouting, and he's like, I could have done that. I can be a wolf. I'm a wolf. I'm the father of the wolf. Woof, woof, awoo. So, God, I didn't pout. He's still sulking, so he's a little baby. But I'm actually thrilled that it's Asmodeus, and he was frightened. He didn't want to be found out because he thought I wouldn't want to see him anymore. He's big and ferocious sometimes when he first appears, but then he's almost timid because of how humans have treated him. I'm not saying he's a coward, he's incredibly brave. Whether or not he actually has a fear of water, he'd dive right in if you asked him to, but I got, aw, Pecker. He's incredibly brave and loyal, but he's also a little timid if he cares about people because, what shits a lot of humans are. And I said, you're never, ever, ever going to be hurt here. There's sigils on the door that, Lucifer and Satan are happy with, but I told him, until you would feel safe, we're not even going to have your sigil in the house. Not out of disrespect. But I said, that stuff over there, he knows it's his. And the castle's his too now. I go, ah! And anything he likes is his. I said, this whole house is your territory. Loki really doesn't want to be a ruler of a territory. Loki's fine. Loki's still God around here, but I have a lot more to unpack with Asmodeus, obviously, because I said, God never answered me, did he? looking away. And Vepar is the one that will tell you everybody's business, at least around here. And he's like, well, God didn't really want to talk to you, and Asmodeus felt sorry for you, and it's the most boring generic costume in the world to put on. And you were lied to, but consider it an act of love. I said, then, when I got answered and when I would feel all this love, I said, you're telling me I got unconditional, buttery, warm love from a demon everybody's afraid of and won't work with? He's like, yeah. So, so it makes sense now, and I just get these excited tail wags. And the funny thing that threw me off, I said I've never once seen him in demon form in my dreams. It's always this, regular looks human. And no tail, no horns, no wings, no claws, no anything. And I never would have taken him for a demon because I never knew I had all these demons appearing in my dreams. But he's a little sneak, and I told him he's naughty, and I just got tail wags in return. But I'm happy it's him. I'm actually relieved. I told him all this stuff up here. I said, if he doesn't want the wolves, Vimmer can have him, or Loki, or whomever. And I said, this, any of the statues or anything. I said, that's your sweetheart. I said, if anybody ever gave me anything nice, it was you. I said, that's yours. And he's wagging his little tail, so he's happy. So we figured we catch you guys up. I know I kind of gave it away, but I'm just excited that it's Asmodeus and it's not anybody else. I wouldn't minded it being Aries. I really wouldn't have minded it. And I looked at him and I said, why did you tell me to go see if it was Aries? He says, well, I didn't think he would answer you. And if he did, the demons will put your happiness before their own. He would have rather I've been with someone he thought I'd be happier with. Sometimes demons get a little insecure, especially with human track history of liking them as well as they're doing something, and then the moment they're not doing something, of punishing the bad, naughty demon, and I'm not going to do that. So, he just, we have a really good, tight relationship, but he just, I don't blame them for how shitty most humans are when they write about them and all the terrible things they tell you to threaten them with. I don't blame them for getting a little freaked out from time to time. So if, he has that as a place we both can go to and chill out, and he has New Vegas, and Loki has his temple, and the demons are happy. They said there doesn't have to be 5 million places. It can just be 3 temples. That's more than enough. They really don't need it. They said if you want to build something for yourself for once. Don't, build something with the intent of having us all there. No, I'd want them there with me, but they're really being emphatic about that. But we just figured we'd get you guys caught up. So if you like what you see, like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you later. Bye bye.